Today we're going to go out taking stock photos with the Fujifilm X100 Mark VI. We're going to be working within themes. What do I mean by themes? Well, we all live in different locations, and the best stock photos I've found have been from within my environment. I know my environment. I live in a rural location in the mountains in Wales. You might live in a city or a town. You might live on the coast. Well, I'm quite lucky because the coast is only 3 miles away from here. What we take photos of depends on what's around where we live. I'm into realistic, straight up photos. The photo says what it is. And the major themes around where I live is tourism, agriculture, landscape. Now, do I go out taking landscape photos? Frankly, no, because the market is absolutely saturated, so there's no point. Unless, of course, there's something very particular or something special that only happens occasionally. Today we're going to walk along a track and we're going to take photos within agriculture, rural life, tourism, and everything that goes with that. Obviously there's infrastructure, footpaths, gates, there's livestock and other random things. I'll take you now on this walk. We'll take some photos and think about why we're taking the photos, the theme behind it. You need to put yourself in the mind of a buyer. What is a buyer looking for? The buyer may be looking to tell a story, show specific aspects, or to sell a concept. And if we take these into account, it helps us take a better photo and to sell it. Remember, stock photos are not about artistic content. They are about showing clearly what the image is about. So I'm hiding behind this wall because the wind's blowing a hoolie. But now we're going to get out, and I've already seen the first site, and we'll get a few shots there. Here we are at the first location. If you remember the other day, we passed some sheep eating at a feeder. That's a realistic theme from a rural location. It would be of interest to animal groups, agricultural groups, general scenes from Wales, hillside farming, mountain farming. We'll take a few photos from different angles, which you're going to see right now. Now we're coming down to a really good scene. There's some Highland cows. I live in Wales, but there's Scottish Highland cows here. And they're around a feeder just on the track. That's good agricultural content, and I think cows are really cute. So there could be cuteness involved as well. So I'll move in, get some shots, and they'll be here, and I'll see you later. That was interesting until they got a bit frisky. One major factor in composing those shots, that's the telegraph pole and the wires. However, that's the reality. And a lot of stock photos is about reality. What is it really like? Another part of the concept is how do animals and farming fit in with industry? The electric cables are industrial. Here we start to see the merging of themes. I've just come off the track and down the road a bit because I've noticed there's a new sign, which is right behind me here. Signs are always good for stock photos. This type of sign I've never seen before, and signs are usually good sellers. They're not high sellers, they're not low sellers. They just continuously just tick over. So they're well worth having in your portfolio. Because I live in Wales, a lot of the signs are in English and Welsh. So that gives another aspect to it, a cultural aspect. I'll take a shot or two and I'll see you in a minute. And that one, the lighting's all wrong. So if I'm trying to take a shot where you've got the sign looking down the road, because the sun's directly behind me, my shadow falls through the shot. I'll just remember that the sign's there and I'll come on another day at a different time of day. I'm back on the track now and I've headed off down a bit. I've had a look over a stone wall into a field and there's an interesting scene. There's a small flock of sheep feeding on beets. I'll take a few shots and they should be here. Come down to the end of the track now. We've got an old derelict. And just behind me we got some sheep feeders. There may be a shot or two in this. So I'll look around, so I'll give it a try. If there's anything there, it'll be here. What did you think? At the end of the day, it's down to the buyer. So we're keeping working up our theme. Rural, land management, agriculture, livestock, footpaths, tourism. And let's keep going and see what else we can find. I've come on to a part that used to be a boggy track, which has now been turned into a gravel path. And what I've noticed is the gullies on the side of the old track have been filled in with a land drain. Now, to me that looks to be quite a good stock photo, but the problem is the sun has come out and it is too bright. To get a shot like that you'd have to have a flash. I haven't got a flash, or I wouldn't want to use the flash on the camera. So I'm going to have to keep this in mind and come back. So hopefully you've enjoyed our trip today and hopefully you learn to develop a theme for taking stock photos, base it on where you live, what you know, and you can't really go wrong. So thanks for watching and I'll see you next time.